to episode 10 of the my Palermo series. We won the league. We're going up to Serie C. We are in the same division as Juventus under 23. Actually, a bunch of other big clubs. We'll get to those clubs shortly. But yeah, since the last episode, we have been having a lot of off-season fun. We're only on July 3rd. But yeah, let's get into it. We're going to share a screenshot real quick because one of the big news for me was the email I got was Palermo takeover rumors not to be believed. I'm not holding my breath, or I am holding my breath. I'm hoping this does happen because we maybe get a big influx of money, or it could be worse to me. Who knows? But that was the first thing that came up, and I was like, okay, maybe we'll get a new owner. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that one. A lot of our loan players, we lost a lot of players. We thought we were going to lose a lot of players because we had so many on loan, and so we lost a lot of players. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players went back to their home club on loan. I wanted to make sure I kept an eye on these players because some of these players I want to bring back, maybe like Doda, Rizzo Pina. Other players will be fine and let them go. Keeping an eye on those guys that went back to their clubs, and then some of my coaching staff, their contracts are expiring. And so I wanted to keep an eye on that and see who we could upgrade. So we've made some moves here. And let's start with the emails. So my general manager's contract expired. You look at his key numbers, 11, 13, and 7, right? So judging player ability and potential, it's okay. Negotiating is not very good. And we've seen that with some of the players we were not able to acquire. So I wanted to upgrade, and we made some offers. So we'll see who I've selected to take his place, but when we get there, we'll let you know. But a lot of loans, I had to make a lot of loan moves because I don't have much money. We look at the finances real quick. So I have a payroll my transfer budget is $400,000. I mean, if I allocated all to the payroll to my transfer, I mean, it'd be $1 million, but we're not going to do that. So I don't have much money to flounder, really. And we look at the club vision again, once again, work within the payroll budget. Any player over the age of 33, we give only a 1-year contract, and I'm cool with that. This has changed, and for a good reason, and we'll get to that in a second, actually, because I got my contract renewed. It was expired, and they offered me a contract. They offered me a lot more money. I accepted it. And then they changed one of the club visions for me for this season, and it was to finish. Before it was initially top 5, and then they changed it. They dropped it down after they saw all the players that lost, thankfully, to just finish mid-table. And I said I would finish top half, and so they agreed with that. And then Serie C Cup, not important to them. And then not much has changed in the remaining 4 years of the 5-year plan, other than to have a top half finish. Before it was be the best of the best. Now it's saying top half finish. They realized how many players I've lost. But yeah, overall in this last period, the board's still happy with me, B-. Pleased with the financial aspect, with a recent signing. Support level of the squad is very good, so they're happy with that, and they're satisfied with the quality of our pressing game when we play. They're disappointed in how much we spent on the Andolina deal, which is a player we purchased, and then as we mentioned last episode, Luigi Mendola is a player we wanted to keep. We spent some money on him, and they didn't like that. But hey, it is what it is, and I'm gonna do what I have to do to keep the players I want. So, getting back into the emails because there was a lot of good news coming up that I wasn't expecting. We tried to sign this player Diego Morabin from Torino as a center back. That deal got rejected by him. So we went to Angelo Talia, a 17-year-old midfielder. We went for young players, pretty much 19 and younger. And we did get him on a loan deal. Andolino is another player, a striker who we picked up on loan. So we made a lot of loan deals here. And we'll get to what players we got. So we did finalize 3 players. So Luigi Mendola's contract finally came through. July 1st is official. Francesco Salandria is another player we bought, 25-year-old midfielder. Had a good rating, so we said we'll go ahead and pay for him. And then 16-year-old center back Armando Vigarito, we picked him up as well. So that's the only one the fan reaction didn't like because he's 16 years old and they're like, he's not ready yet. But we're building for the future here. We're not building for the now. Then we got Grenoble. It was confirmed that Mallory Martin went to France and played plays with Grenoble now. Free transfer. So I did try to sign Matias Fonseca, 19-year-old midfielder, but I've been having issues with him money-wise. So one of the players I tried to get back who I had on loan last year was Erdis Kraya, 19-year-old center back. I made him an offer, thought he wasn't able to refuse. He did. He rejected it. And let's see if it says the reason why. He says he wasn't interested in joining the club. Didn't want to negotiate. So I mean, what can I do? Can't force a player to stay, right? Bunch of clubs in Serie A released a bunch of players, aging veterans, and I tried to sign them all, and all failed. Nobody wants to come to Serie C. Some of the names: Giorgio Chiellini, Fabio Quagliarella, Gianluigi Buffon, Christian Dell'Orco. I thought we had a chance with him, 26-year-old from Sassuolo, but denied. Alessandro Matri and Amadeo Benedetti. So all of them rejected me. They didn't want to play in Serie C. So what can you do, right? You're still going to have those struggles. I think once we get to Serie B, we'll have more of an opportunity. And it's not until you get to the top division you'll be able to draw some names. So again, so looking at the monthly head coaching performance review of the last go-around, the last stretch during off-season. Club vision is a C+ right now. The board are satisfied with the progress towards overall vision and recognize the club stature. Matches is null and void because they haven't played any. Transfers, I've gotten a C. The board feels the performance in the market is satisfactory. The fans think it's satisfactory as well. Tactics are still a B. Squad is still a B because they're still happy with me. Interesting email I got was Palermo's stature in the game remains intact. Palermo is a well-known club in the league, in the world, and this past season did nothing to hurt that reputation. I would have thought it would have increased it by the great run that we had, nearly invincible that year during the season. But yeah, we haven't hit any hits to that. Juventus are still arguably the most reputable club in Italy. They won another Scudetto. Perugia had the biggest step over the last 12 months, and then the team that had the biggest drop-off, or biggest decline, I should say, was Udinese. Udinese has been struggling both in real life and in the game, and so it's kind of showed up to that. Andrea Rizzopina is a player I wanted back from loan, who went back to Atalanta, and we got him back, which is great. Most of the loans options I didn't spend much money, if at all, per game salaries or unused salaries. Most of them, I tried to put an optional fee to buy them, and I did it in a decent price, 100 to 200,000 K, just to have that option, just in case I get a big influx of money, new owner, that I'll be able to afford them. So we'll see. If not, we'll get more loans. We'll try more loans. There were a number of shortlisted players that I had, mostly from big Serie A teams that I knew they weren't going to play much. Nikola Zalewski from Roma, and a bunch of players from Inter and Juve and Milan. Most said no, but we did get some signings here. I did go for a big fish, hoping that he would want to come back to Italy. Pietro Pellegrini, a well-known striker. He plays with Monaco. Tried to get him with a loan deal, didn't work. Tried to get him a loan deal with an option to buy, didn't work. He just doesn't want to play in cities. He wants to play with high-quality players. I can't blame him for that. Abubakar Sako, I got him from Inter as a forward. Paid nothing for him. Look at this. I mean, monthly rate that I have to pay them, zero. I mean, they just want him to get playing time. So that's going to be my big deal, is try to get playing time for all these youngsters I got. So we'll see. The board did send me a request that they want to make some improvements, and most notably, they want to raise the money allowed to me to spend on coaching staff. And I said, let's do it, because I need more coaches. And so that we got that going on here. Some fixtures coming up this season. Let's look at Serie C coming up. So some of the teams that I know, Alessandria is a team that I know. Arezzo is a team that we're going to be playing. Benevento. That's going to be an interesting game to play them. They're actually the best team in Serie B this season in real life. Como is a good team. Novara is an oldie but a goodie. Pro Patria, Pro Vercelli is the teams I know. Siena is the old team that used to be in Serie A. La Spezia is in here, and Juventus under 23. So there's some big names to me. They're not top echelon Serie A teams, but they're well-known teams to me. So it will be difficult for me to win the league this year, but we'll see. Let's see if the tactics and the players prove right for me. So continue on with the emails, season expectations. We kind of already went through them. I raised the bar by saying we'll finish in the top half, and they gave us a bigger payroll because of that. I was offered a new contract, $84,000 per year. It's not Ronaldo money, but I'll take it. One of the big news for me, we had been semi-professional status. Obviously Palermo was professional when they were in Serie A and Serie B, but when they got dropped down to Serie D, they lost a professional license, and so they had to earn it back. By winning the league, moving up to Serie C, we have finally turned professional, which will help in bringing in players. Nobody likes to play with an amateur club. They want to play with a professional club. So we finally got that status back, and hopefully that's a good sign for us to move on up. So I have tried to make some upgrades in my staffing, which I thought was a big area of hurt for me last season. So I went ahead and tried to upgrade. I tried to get a technical director. Was not allowed one last season. So I went for Daniela Imperatrice. Judging staff ability is a 16, very good. Negotiating is a 12, it's okay. So I'm waiting to see if he accepts that. I did go after my chief scout. I wanted a new chief scout. So I went for Giuseppe Malardo, 14 and 12. The previous guy, Rinaldo, was 11-11 in both judging player ability and player potential. So this is an upgrade for me, 14 and 12. Not much, but it's better. Best I could find, honestly. I had to get new goalkeeping coaches. I wanted to upgrade there because I didn't think they were satisfactory enough. I got Giorgio Rocca. He's rated 13 in distribution, handling, shot stopping, and has some decent numbers. It's certainly an upgrade for me. I also picked up for goalkeeping coach Pierluigi Brivio. He had some good numbers as well. A 51-year-old. I also picked up two other scouts, Celestino Tomaselli. He had some good numbers, 12, 12, and 12, which is an upgrade for me, and as well as Vincenzo Villano. He had some decent numbers as well, 13, 13, 13 overall. So we had some upgrades there. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the season's going to hold there. A bunch of new players. We'll get a full list of the new players that came in here soon. Waiting for them to accept or deny, reject the offers I made. But there's a bunch of players coming in, a bunch of youngsters. We're going to have a young team. Hopefully we're not going to have the same issues we did last season where we were scrounging to find a replacement for Mattia Felici or whomever. We hopefully will have plenty of substitutions and good substitutions. We're not only upgrading in younger players, but we are also upgrading talent, and hopefully the overall ratings are coming back. But yeah, excited. When we get next episode, we'll be just at the start of the season of the friendlies, and then we'll have a better idea of what our team looks like and what needs we'll have there going forward. So if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this page, give us a like, leave us a comment, tell us some youngsters that we should look out for, because I'm really trying to find all the players I can, mostly sticking to Serie A, but I broadened my scouting range through all of Central Europe now, so Western and Northern and Southern Europe as well. So yeah, let's see if we can find some gems in there that will play in Serie C. That is my goal. Follow my podcast, got Schalke America. Here's the banner right here. Serie A Sit Down, both you can find on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook. Give them a follow, like as well. And until the next episode comes, friends, stay ready because we're going to be plugging away, trying to get crunching numbers here. So should be a fun off-season coming up. So don't act like it, and please don't treat me like I'm your sidekick, cause I watch TV, I see how life is, and it's not easy, but still I'm right here.